Hello.
Hello, can you see me?
No, I can't see you. It's just okay, I can see you now.
Hi, how
Hi.
are
I'm
you?
very well, thank you. You?
I'm okay. Nice to see you finally. We try to make
I,
it work. We do what we can.
I know. I don't know what happened. I couldn't see you when you said that you were live. There was no sign of you online.
So sometimes, unfortunately, this happened, but the main thing is you are here. So I'm gonna have to take over a little bit. So Thomas podcast. So who are you, my darling? What's your name?
Queen Abaka.
Nice to meet you.
You
Yes.
too.
You
Yeah.
quickly, briefly, can you tell people how we met the first time? I think it was 2 years ago. Do
Yes,
you remember how we met?
when I first started my channel, I think I saw you and I asked you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, something
I
like
did.
that. And yeah, you talked about weight, and I said you're not fat at all. You're beautiful, and we can always jog together, which is what I always advise ladies to do: to join me or do it by themselves. Go to the gym, and I always let them know that keeping fit is not necessarily about losing weight.
Yeah, sure.
You understand? Because some people think when you are doing your exercise, you're trying to lose weight. It's okay to lose weight if that person thinks that they are too heavy. I'm thick and I love it. So I exercise to keep fit. And I always
Yeah.
advise women to do so and advise them to cut down on their intakes and quit smoking if they do. I don't
Drinking.
say cut down on smoking. I always say quit it completely because it's not a good thing, whether you're a man or a woman, but it's worse on a woman. And also cut down on alcohol. Because some people would say that they drink a glass of wine a day. Well, if you times that by 7, in a week, think of how many bottles then in a month,
Yeah.
how much that woman has accumulated. So I don't advise that. Occasionally they can. I drink water.
Me too.
I don't smoke. I don't drink.
Me, occasionally, rarely, I drink occasionally, but I'm not a drinker. You know.
No, it's not my thing. No,
Yeah.
no.
So,
Yes.
my lovely, what do you do?
I do reviews on my channel, beauty, lifestyle, and I am a motivational speaker. But I choose topics that are very, very important, especially things to do with women. I mean, a lot of people have called me feminist. No, I'm not a feminist. Rather, I don't support anybody or any man treating a woman badly. Or if you're in an abusive relationship, you stay there. Maybe because of what people will say
Yeah.
or because of your children. So I do tell women, if you die, your children will still suffer. That is even worse.
Yeah.
So it is better that you are alive and then you take care of your children. And also, every woman should have something doing. Do not depend on a man. And when I say have something doing, I don't mean sleeping with men to get money. No, something that you get paid for, or your handiwork, something that you can do hair. There are so many things we can do to help yourself than to depend on a man. I want to do my hair, you ask for money. I want to buy a pair of shoes, you ask for money. That's where the manipulation gets extreme because he now knows that you depend on him.
And it's going to use that for you to depend more on him.
Yes, and when
No.
you do that, he controls you. And a lot of men use what we call emotional manipulation. A man is telling you he loves you, but his actions are saying something else. So there are certain things that we don't need somebody to explain it to us. When your actions don't match your words, you're lying. Get out of it.
I agree. So I see that you have a large following in your social media platforms. So when did you start the social media, career, if I can call it like that?
Okay. I created my channel on the 6th of May 2021. What I did was to print some cards. If you want to make it in all these things, we're in social media time now. And it's so important that even if it's not social media, whatever that is your passion, whatever that is important to you, act deaf in terms of making sure you achieve it. Don't let anybody distract you. As long as you're not disrespecting anybody, you can politely say to someone, this is what I do. Would you like to support me? It's up to that person, because usually people will ask you, what's your content? So you tell them. So it's up to them to say, I like what this person is doing. I'm going to subscribe to what she's doing. So how I achieved that was by printing cards. If I don't really go out, but when I do, I give out my cards.
Wow.
Okay. So it's so, don't be shy. Give people your card. Speak to them. Let them know how, how important it is to you that you've just created your channel. It'd be nice for them to support you. Don't say much, but let them know what you. Obviously, they're going to ask you what you do.
Yeah.
So if it's interest the person, they will follow you. And also, some of my fans, they also help by asking others to follow me.
Oh,
Some
that's lovely.
would ask others to subscribe to my channel. So, but the main thing is, get yourself a card. It doesn't have to be expensive.
No.
Once it's got all the information that is required, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever social media handle you have, you put it there. That's all you need, with a number that they can contact you on. But then try not to, this is me speaking for myself, my number that is for the public is not always on, because a lot of people call.
You have
You
to be
understand?
careful, safety.
Yes. So because it's a general line, from time to time, I turn it on to see what they're saying, what questions they're asking. It's mostly women, They may ask me, how did I grow my nails?
Yeah, love it.
Yes. What hair? I could be doing perfume review, and they'll see the hair and they start asking about the hair. So from time to time, I go there to see what they've asked me, and I reply them.
So basically, you've been self-publishing yourself. So it's been from mouth to ear. That's how you grew a large following.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
And
Yeah.
also the things, one thing is to have people following you, that you give out your card. It's another for the public to see what you're doing and like you. So there are so many people that I did not give the card. I don't even know them. But when they hear me speak and the thing I'm talking about, the kind of advice I give women, and what I stand for, they like it. So it makes so many people follow me.
So what type of advice can you give young people? Because as you know, they are on their phones, glued to their phone 24/7. Let's be honest. So what is it that you can advise them, for them to think about if they want to do what you do? What is your main tip?
I'm a mom, by the way, so
Okay.
whatever I'm gonna say here is what I tell my children. Because this social media time, some people would say something else and they're doing something else. So they should be careful who they listen to, because some people are saying something else and they're doing something else. But because I'm a mom, any advice I would give out to young people, it's almost like I'm talking to my own children too. One thing they have to understand is, failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yes. Good advice.
Also, time yourself. Know when to play and when to do your homework, when to do your revision, when to read.
Yeah.
Now,
Good.
you might have friends. There are people who don't take their life seriously. So if they happen to be your friend, because the friend you make can have influence on you.
Yeah.
Now, some people don't want to read. Some people don't want to be useful. Now, you're not going to say because he's your friend, you start acting foolish. You know it very well that this your friend doesn't read. Every time he's on the phone, every time he's looking for a party to go, that's not a good friend. Okay?
No.
So it's important to avoid people like that, because we have foolish people. Foolishness starts from young, and then they use it to grow. So just because somebody is old doesn't mean they're not foolish, because they were foolish from being young. So when they grow old and give you advice, they're going to give you foolish advice.
Yeah.
So it's important for them to know that education is very, very important.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
understand?
I
When
totally
there's
get.
always me time. I'm not saying my children will say, "Mommy, you're too, or you're overprotective," because when they come back from school, I go into their rooms one by one, look into the bags. I don't want anything stranger's item in my house.
I agree with you.
If you come back from school, your jacket smells of cigarette, you tell me how that came about. Because nobody smokes in this house. So this also goes out to parents. We should try our best and have time for our children.
Yeah, I agree.
Because so many parents are busy pursuing money. So who are you making the money for? If your child has to pay the price, you need to know who their friends are.
Yeah, totally. No, you have to make time, because the thing as well, this social media obsession is perhaps us parents that don't always have time for our children. No, so that's not good. Yes.
There are so many parents, they hardly cook proper food at home. Okay. And they think because they are working, making so much money, so they give them money to buy lunch. So they keep eating this junk food, okay, fizzy drinks. And, they come home, they become the mom, become the dad. When you give a child too much freedom, they don't know what to do with it. And this is where Devil's Workshop comes in.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree what you say.
I know that around my children, and I do not apologize for that. Okay? From time to time, I'll go into each person's room and see what they're doing. Let me tell you, I always see them with the phone, yes, but I'll ask you, have you done your homework? If you tell me later, once I hear later, you're turning off that phone.
You know what? I do that too with my kids. Every single day, I'm like a broken record. Have you done your homework? Have you done, everything you're supposed to do? Have you prepared your bag? Yes? All of these things, I'm always on the case. I don't care if they think I am like the police. As long as they get done with that, even my pupils, miss me. But I'm like, I care about your learning. I want you to learn. You're not here to just be distractive. So as adults, as I was saying, we are role models. And unfortunately, there are bad role models out there, which is scary for kids.
That is why it's good to talk. I talk to my children when they go out. I tell them, if somebody if you order for water and it's open, don't accept it. And whatever is it that you're drinking, don't leave it unattended. If you're going to toilet, take it with you. Now, people think it's all about poisoning someone or killing someone. No. Sometimes when they put certain substance in your drink, it's not because they want to kill you. They want you to misbehave. So they can video you. Because everything is about posting now on social media. Sometimes it could be it's worse for women. So I talk to my daughter, I speak to girls and say, please, when you are with anybody, because we don't follow them around, before you go out, if you can, because it's somebody you're getting to know, you don't really know him, don't eat anything from him at the moment. Eat your own food at home, take your snacks with you, make sure that you're so full of that you're just going there to have a chat at that initial stage. Do you understand? Because somebody who has not developed feelings for you can do anything to you.
You know what? I love that you've been giving not just advice on how to do social media career and go out there, but you did mention as well motivational speaker. Can you talk to us about that a little bit more?
Yes,
that's interesting.
Yeah, some of the things I talk about when I'm doing my motivational speeches is I talk to women a lot. This time I talk to grown-up women. If you're a single mom, or you're divorced, or you're no longer with your partner, but you have children, I do advise them not to bring men into their home. Children emulate what they see, whether you like it or not. Yes, what you say with your mouth is okay, but they're watching you. Now, if you don't want to lose your respect where your children are, try your best. Keep your nonsense to yourself. Do you understand? Show them that good part where they can grow with it. Because if you're beautiful, you're sexually active. So when you start bringing men into your home, you don't know the one that will work or the one that will not work. So they can't stop you because they're your children. All right. So let's say a week or two or a few months, whatever down the line, it didn't work out. That's it. Definitely another man will chat you up. You bring him home again.
Oh God.
They
And
will see that. They will see that face. Well, like I raise my children to address people by their names, because in Africa they do this uncle, auntie. No, uncle, you have to be related by blood. Auntie, you have to be related by blood. So don't confuse your children.
no,
You bring a man home, they call the man uncle. Okay? How many uncles would they see?
it's sad.
Yes.
Oh,
So I advise women never to do that, especially if you are, you know, Afro-Caribbean or you're African, however you want to put it. Black men. Now, this is not going to go down well on them. We have some good men, but a lot of them are terrible. If maybe you're a woman who have not been involved with anybody for a long time, and you meet this person and say you like him, and you bring him to your home. No, they don't reason like that. He will think that's how you are.
careful. You have to be careful out there.
Yes,
As you
yes.
said, especially
So you can sit
women.
outside and talk. You can go to restaurants, get to know him. And I always advise ladies, although some of them drink a lot, I don't know, but I do say to ladies, when you're getting to know someone and you go out with him on a date, can you try not to take any alcohol so that you can, your sense
Focus.
of reasoning, everything, your focus, anything he says, you will evaluate and analyze it.
Yeah.
But when you take alcohol, it does have certain
Side
impacts.
effects.
Our sense of reasoning, even sense of vision, everything might be affected. But when you don't drink anything and it's just water, anything he's saying,
You
okay?
understand? No.
Yeah, yes. And finally, I always tell them, the first time you meet a man and he calls you baby, stop him. No pet name the first time. I don't know you. Why are you calling me
Yeah,
baby,
it's
your
a
pet name? It
bit,
makes no sense.
yeah, it is scary because we live in a world now, we can't trust people.
No.
It's
Trust is
hard.
gone. Trust is gone.
Yeah,
Good is now, good is bad and bad is good.
that's true. I totally agree. I want
Yes.
to say thank you so, so much. I want to wish you all the very best with everything you do. And please send me all your social media platforms. I want everyone that follows me to see you as well because I'm impressed with what you do. I
Thank you.
love it.
Yes, yes.
So keep that
I
going.
have, yes. It's important for women to respect themselves. Another thing that I'm very, very passionate about when I'm talking about it, and it really, I don't know how some grown-up women behave these days. I can forgive any woman. I'm not saying it's okay. No one is exempted. But there are certain age a young woman would be from 30 under, you know, 27, 28, 24, 20, below anything below 30. Again, at least from 25, I think a woman, because women mature more than men,
That's
intellectually. So, but what I'm saying is, regardless of your age, but the people that it is worse, you can forgive a teenager who have not really understood what love is about. A man can emotionally manipulate her, getting her to take off her clothes, and he starts to video her naked or, take her nude pictures. It's not right for anyone. In general, it's a no, no, no. But the
no.
people who are really, really surprising me, and I'm speechless, are grown-up women. You see a 40-year-old, I don't know what that man would tell you. If a man can tell you to take off your clothes for him to video you naked or take you pictures, well, that's an irresponsible man. He has no respect for you. Do you understand?
I
So now,
understand.
so you're doing this in the name of love. So what happens if you end that relationship? What he does with it, you're not in control. So I say to ladies, please, any woman that is listening to me now, watching me, never, ever, your body is your temple.
Yeah,
Can we respect our body?
yeah.
Women are misbehaving now more than men. A lot of them, because they want to get views, they want to get followers, they are taking it to extreme. And then next minute, the man will now start to blackmail the woman. If you don't do this, I do that. I don't get involved in all this nonsense. So I will advise women to please do not accept any man to take you nude pictures or video you naked, or maybe when you're making love. It's a no, unless you know you have no shame, you have nothing to lose, you have no pride, then that's up to you. Because a person who has something to lose, if a person who has nothing to lose will help you lose everything you've ever worked for. So be
So
careful who you argue with.
no, agree. And finally, I want to touch something that is affecting me a little bit. I don't know if it's okay, but I want to talk about this pop star, Britney Spears. I'm really concerned about her at the moment of her antics, because she doesn't only have, you know, people that grew up in her time. I have my daughter that likes her. Now, last time she said, "But mom, why is she doing all of this?"
What did she
So
do?
I know she was dancing practically in her underwears on the pole. She's basically taking her clothes and following that with her fans. But my point is, you see, my daughter, she's 11, she's impressionable, right? So my daughter, she knows, and I don't care what people feel about me. I have banned her to watch, you
Yes.
know, videos,
Yes.
because most of the time, no matter how talented the artist is, they are barely clothes on. And I said to her, look, you can listen to music on Spotify, but you're not allowed to watch
If,
videos. She's not listening to
if even the music that you're saying she can listen to, I remember this was about, because I hardly go out, you know, I keep reiterating that. I would say 4 years ago, that was in we're in 2023 now. So 2020 was the last time I stepped foot into, whether it's a club or restaurant or anything. And this was because somebody I know came from Nigeria, and she said, "Oh, please, you guys should take us out." So we went to a restaurant, and in that restaurant, they do play music. And then they played a particular music that says, it's in broken English. You may not understand it, but this person was insulting women. Okay?
Oh,
And then so many women were dancing to it, because what I found out is that due to the sound of that music, like call it the beating or the rhythm or whatever, they are carried away,
yeah.
dancing to the beat. That's the word.
Yeah.
Okay? They're dancing to the beat. They were not listening. This man was singing. I'll try my best. I personally don't like broken English, but the way he sang it is how I'm going to. He said, "Not be you, I carry come. But now you I go carry go." What he's saying is that it is not you. He's referring to women. It is not you I came in with, but it is you I will live with. Meaning, he will dump the woman he came with and pick another one. In other words, he has no respect to women.
No.
I hate that song. Now, in Africa, it's just recently that they are beginning to pull wonderful stuff. Like Ethiopia bound a singer called Rema. The song, he was meant to have a concert there. Okay, that was on the 11th. But the Ethiopian government now found out that, because a lot of them are Christians, they now found out that he turned the cross upside down. Okay, and then the church burning it. So
Oh.
you're burning the church, you're turning the cross upside. You see, someone like me, I'm sensitive, and at the same time, I articulate a lot. I listen to someone, and I will evaluate and analyze what you're saying. Once you start talking, it gives me a picture of how you reason, because what a man thinks is okay is a reflection of his value system. So for him to turn the cross upside down, he's insulting Christians, okay? And then burn the church. Now, the Christians in Ethiopia, they saw that, they canceled the show. I
Good.
love action. Punishment is for correction. Do you understand? So, what you're saying in terms of your daughter and what Britney Spears is doing, remember, let's face reality here. We live here. Some of our children born here. That doesn't make us white. So there are things they do and nobody see anything wrong with it. So what do? You tell your child, because it's not everything you can control. So you tell your child, even listening to music, when she's listening to music, because that thing the person is singing, she can hear it. You see, when you're listening to music, it's theory. You're hearing it. So you can implement what that person is saying. Okay?
Yeah.
So the best thing is to stop her from listening to such
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the one thing is, I monitor my kids' phone. I go through the messages. I go through the search history. You know, they don't like it, but I'm like, listen, you're not an adult. Yes, you are
Yes,
minor and you're under my
she is a
care. And
minor. Yes,
your
yes,
phone, we pay the
yes,
bill, not you.
yes,
So I have
yes,
to do this.
yes, yes,
I have to do
yes,
this. So I don't excuse myself for
mm,
looking after my kids. To be
yes,
like, this
yes,
is things that I don't want you to do.
yes,
Social media has its advantages and unfortunately disadvantages. So it's how, as
yes,
parents, we are
yes.
of it.
If you can make out time, like me, I've said it before and I'm saying it again. I'm nosy around my children in a good way. I'm not in their way when they want to go to cinema, they want to go and do their things. That's okay. Because when you restrict them too much, then they bust out. Okay? So you have to be lenient. But at the same time, I make my children to understand that I'm not their friend, I'm their mom. I have
Me,
my time when I show them love. I love my children more than anything in the world. I would throw myself under the bus for them. But what I will not tolerate is I teach them to respect people. I told my children, remember, it is action that brings reaction. Because we live in a world where we tend to look at reaction and not the cause. And that is injustice. So if you don't want somebody to disrespect you, first of all, respect yourself and
yes,
then
I totally agree.
respect others. And the moment you sense that because there are people that you can't force anyone to respect you, but you have the right to refuse to be disrespected. So when you are out there and you sense that somebody is acting irresponsibly, or you can see clearly that this person is disrespectful, stay away. I told them, if you go out, one day my son came back, he was wearing his jacket, and then I smelled cigarette. I said, young man, excuse me? He said, good evening, mommy. I said, come. He came. I said, you're smelling of cigarette. Is everything okay? He said, no, mommy, I don't smoke. I said, then I went close to him. I said, say hello in my face. So what do you mean, mommy? I said, say hello so I can take in the breath. You understand?
Yeah.
He did. And his breath was clear. So I now said, where did this cigarette came from? He said he was in midst of his friend, a friend of his that was smoking. I said, okay, remember, we've got something called passive smoking. Okay, so if you're standing there and he's smoking, you're inhaling it. That's not good for you. One. Two, you will be in trouble when you come home and I smell cigarettes on your clothes. So please, can we not do this next time? Next time you're with him, if he wants to smoke, you move.
Move.
Yeah.
Good.
You don't tell people what to do because it could cause you problem. You only have a say just within your children, and it's not at certain age you now negotiate with them. Do you understand? They get to an age where you can't tell them what to do anymore, but you politely implement what you want to say and negotiate with them. So I advise them that it's a wicked world out
It
there.
is.
Okay, a lot of people know that they are useless. A lot of people know that they have nothing to offer this world. So they're looking for people to drag down.
Yes, I do.
So, yes.
Ah,
So read, read, read. Do your best so that, especially if you're a young man, a woman can get married and her husband can take care of her if, she chooses not to work and the man is okay with it. But you being a man, you're a provider. Any man that a woman feeds is useless. So you have to work hard. That's what I tell my boys.
knowledge is power.
Very important.
Every day you learn something every
Yes,
single day.
yes, yes,
But
yes,
honestly, I want to say a big thank you so much for making the time for me. We tried to do this for weeks,
yes.
and today
I
you told me,
know.
and I'm like, I was a bit tired of work, but I said, you know what? I can't miss opportunity.
I know.
My,
I
for my
know. Yes,
students
yes,
and for
yes.
other people. So thank you so
You're welcome.
much.
You're
And
welcome.
I
Yes,
hope I'll see you around. Yes.
definitely.
If you text me which park you're going, I'll join you. I've got all
Mm,
my gym gears.
mm.
So I'll happily join you.
And something
Okay?
I forgot to mention, always I tell my children, please always be polite. When you want something, you're the one that needs help. So don't talk anyhow, because your mouth can block your blessing. So when you need help, be polite. Okay? It's not good to talk to people anyhow. These are things, because it's our duty to be giving them all these informations. We live in a world of social media now. All they're doing is pressing their phones.
Yeah.
So and they would prefer it if you don't say anything. But I do say something. I don't leave them alone, because they're my children. It's
Of course.
my duty to,
Oh,
teach them that it's important to respect people. Always, always be polite.
good.
Okay?
Good.
Yes. And I also told my children, tell your daughter that I said it. If your friend is in trouble, in terms of some of them are fighting up and down, is what I mean. Because some of these children, you don't know the irresponsible ones that go out with knife. So don't
Yeah.
carry it on your head. Get help. Call the police. Don't put yourself there, because you could become the victim.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, I wish one day you can come to our school where I work and speak, because all the things you say is so inspirational. Yes. So
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, my lovely. So please
Thank
send me
you.
the link so that I
I will.
can
I
thank
will.
you. Bye. Have a lovely
And
evening.
you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care.